Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Kevin Dinneen, your co-host for this evening. Welcome to The Light at Night with Lindsey Dinneen.
Hello, hello. Well, this is a very special episode of The Light at Night because the Odyssey is celebrating its 1-year anniversary, as you are, I'm sure, very well aware. And we're really excited because we're actually coming to you from a new venue. So for those who are watching at home, now you get to be introduced to the beautiful Coral Club in addition to the Neptune Lounge. So this is really exciting. The Odyssey has been a dream come true for so many people, and a lot of those people, some of those people, are in this room today, and also we're going to be hearing from some really amazing people that have been with the Odyssey from the start and have really interesting perspectives. Most of you probably know that Kevin and I are more recent to the Odyssey, so we're going to offer you some of the things that we find absolutely wonderful about it, but at the same time, the perspectives of the people who have made this happen, made the community happen, made the voyage happen, are going to be extremely special to witness as well. So I just wanted to say thank you again. We are live here on Monday night, and we are also going to be posting this on YouTube after the fact. So thank you for joining me, and thank you for being part of the community here, because that's what makes it so special. All right, so I want to get going by sharing a couple of little stories. So to get started, Kevin.
Yes.
Why did you choose the Odyssey?
Wow. I chose to introduce the concept of the Odyssey to you.
Oh, yes.
I think it was 30 seconds into a news article I was reading. So I think it was on Reddit that I first found out about it. Someone posted an article, and I had gotten through maybe a paragraph and a half. And I came rushing into you. You were working in the dining room.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, "You have to read this.
Yeah.
This was made for us."
Right.
So a little flashback. We had been digital nomads already for four and a half years at the time, and loved traveling around. In that time of 4.5 years, we had already done like 15 countries and 25 states. And so when I saw this, I thought, oh my gosh, we also get to have a home base.
Yeah.
And so I introduced it to you, and
Lindsey,
yeah, she also was like 20 seconds later, done.
Right.
When do we sign?
Right.
And then the next day we were committed for two segments.
Yeah. Absolutely.
To try it out. So
what's been one of your most interesting or surprising things that you've found along the way so far?
Wow.
I know.
So there are so many things that are new. Just like, what is a tender? If you're new to cruising, like, we might tender. We might tender? What does that mean?
Go very gently along,
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So much of it was new for us and for me, but
actually, can I interrupt?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so this is actually an interesting part of it. We signed up for this without having ever cruised before, which is kind of wild when I think back on it. We were like, let's do this whole world cruise thing, having never cruised. We didn't know if we were going to get seasick. It's fine. We're going to figure it out.
We didn't know anything about cruising life or anything.
Yeah.
But we just knew that experiencing all the different countries, that the Odyssey was going to visit.
Yeah.
We were like, okay, we're on board.
Mm-hmm.
So to speak.
Yes, indeed. So I think, one of the things that I was always really excited about the idea of the itinerary because it's so diverse and you get to see so many different places. And, in a lot of cruise experiences, from my understanding, you kind of go to one city and you only have a day and then you move on to the next thing. And I love the fact that you got multiple days and different stops and things like that. And so you really felt like you got to know a country. And I felt like we really did that specifically in Japan. But what I didn't expect, and what I'm really eager to especially talk to our first guest about, is the idea of community here, because it's so different than we ended up going on, to caveat, we did end up going on a cruise before we actually came on board here, so we did have that experience, but that was a short-term thing. You met some lovely people and then you just left. And then here it's a very different experience. You get to actually make connections and friends. You get to know people, and then, especially through opportunities like this, which I'm so grateful for, we get to talk to people and go, oh, what is your background? What is your story? And make that part of it too. And that's really special. But speaking of building community, I have also been really, it's been really powerful to see the way that the community comes together in different ways. Like, I don't think a day goes by where somebody posts on WhatsApp and says, I'm in need of this thing, and then like 5 people chime in. Or, you've got the moments of maybe somebody's off ship and doesn't know the information for something, and somebody's gonna pass it along. And it's just beautiful the way that the community comes together all the time to support each other and say, we are literally in the same boat, so how can we make this work in a way that just works for all of us? And I find that beautiful. But it's also intentional. You never have a culture without intentionality. And so, speaking of that, I would love to bring our first guest up, and that is Mr. Darrell. Speaking of building communities. Hi.
Hi.
Cheers. Yes.
Thank you. I'm supposed to eat the mic.
Oh.
Is this working?
Yes.
Okay.
There we go. I don't know if mine is now. Hang on.
Walter's not here, is he?
No. Okay. Uh-oh.
Let me turn off mine in case we're taking up bandwidth.
Oh, there we go. Wait a second. Oh, it goes in and out.
Test.
Okay. Yes, no?
I actually don't need a mic. I'm loud enough that they can hear me back there.
Should I turn mine off and then use that? Or
We can hear you now.
you can hear me now. Okay. Fingers crossed. Darrell,
Lindsey.
you have built this community intentionally. You have done a lot of things that have helped the community grow and thrive. And one of our first interactions with you was you came up to us and said, hey, you're new, I'm going to get you name tags. so I don't know if this is going to work. Should I just borrow the mic? Yeah. Okay, can I borrow your mic for you?
Sure.
Thank you. So,
Yeah.
okay. Again? There we go. Okay, so tell us a little bit about why you decided to do that particular element of building community, because name tags is something that really helps us connect quickly, but I would love to know about that.
Well, I had no idea what I was getting myself into when I first started this. I was a Belfaster, and we were all getting together at some of the hotels, Leonardo, Malmaison, and it was when we first started to learn each other's names and bond and get to know each other. And my brain doesn't work very well. I don't know if it's age or drinking or both. And I can see your face a million times, but if I don't have a name to a face, it's difficult for me to bond, and that impacts my ability to communicate and bond and get to know. I am the name tag Nazi. But, for those that have been involved since the beginning, that, being able to put a name to a face allowed us to get to know each other quicker and faster and start to build the community. And it's becoming certainly more and more challenging for me. I had no idea when I started this in Belfast that I would literally be making name tags every single day. And do me a favor, for those that have name tags, quit putting it in the wash.
Oh no!
But the problem isn't the cost of the name tags. The problem is how difficult they are to get and how time-consuming they are to make. So do me a favor, don't put your name tags in the wash. But for new people, it's been a real challenge because they don't, if you're new in the audience, and I can't see everybody here, you don't have the same opportunity of time in bonding with all of us that we do. But the sooner and faster that you can become part of the community, the part of the family, the sooner and faster you will begin to enjoy what I think is the greatest benefit of living on the Odyssey, and that is the people, that is the community. So as much as I'm a pain in the ass looking at you going, where's your name badge? It's not because I don't know you. It's because all the new people on the ship may not know you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you for that. I do have a question for those people who might not know.
Yeah.
What is a Belfaster?
Oh.
Well, we're just, the people that signed up before the ship even started. And Belfasters aren't just people that met the ship in Belfast. I mean, they're people that signed up months before Belfast. But we all went, we went to Southampton. Well, I went to London on my way to Southampton when I heard the ship wasn't going there, and then turned around and said, well, there's no sense in me going to Southampton. So that's when, many of us began a series of months of absolute craziness, but wonderful craziness.
Yeah.
Going back and forth, and some of it was unnecessary in hindsight, but the memories that we built,
Yeah.
Going through all of those experiences together
Yeah.
also helped us to bond.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, and last a lifetime.
You want this?
Yes.
Yes, typically when someone reaches for it. Yeah.
You're running the show, right?
I think so.
She's the last.
No, okay, so what made you decide that the Odyssey was right for you, and also what is your favorite part about it?
Well, I don't think that I'm alone in this story. So November of 23? We got on the ship in 24, right? Isn't it amazing how you lose track of time? In November of 23, I made a major life decision, and I broke up with my girlfriend who was living with me at the time, who I was madly in love with, and still am. But I made a decision that I couldn't live that life anymore. Broke up with her, put my house up for sale, downsized, bought a small house like half the size, and that was in January of 24. Went on a 2-week cruise to Antarctica, got back in February, and on my Facebook page, something popped up about, Villa Vie and the Odyssey, and I looked at it, and I literally, like many of you, I picked up the phone, made a phone call, and within about 10 days I said, here's my money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a home, and I've lived in Arizona for 29 years. And for those that live in Arizona, it's really hard to live there in the summertime.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little warm. So for many, many years, for most of my years, I have always traveled through the summer.
Yeah.
And so this was, this is going to be my summer home. So when I originally bought, I viewed this as I'm going to spend, 6 months a year in the summertime on the ship and 6 months a year in Arizona. But as it turns out, I'm, fell in love more with the ship and spending more time here than I am at home. And the other reason is, I was solo again, single, retired, because that was the other decision I made, is in November of 23, I also retired, and so didn't have to work, and so this community fills in all of the, check marks, all the boxes. I mean, I say, single but never alone, solo but never alone.
Yeah.
I got more friends here, or those that pretend they're my friends, than I did back home.
Yeah.
And being retired, there's just so much to do here. It's just
Yeah.
an unbelievable lifestyle for many of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kevin, anything to wrap us up here?
Gosh.
Did I put you on the spot?
Yes. No, that was beautiful. Thank you for sharing all that.
I just want to.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify one thing. I played a role, or tried to play a role in building this community.
Yeah.
But it was many of us.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah.
I may have started something, but it was everybody that came together to build upon it that built the community. Someone's got to start it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But the success of what we have here today is because of everybody.
Yeah.
And so thank you everybody
That
who.
was a round of applause.
Thank you.
Are we done?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah. Thank you so much, Darrell. That was awesome. I really appreciate you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. So next up, we have another special guest who has been here from the very beginning. And I'm so excited to talk with somebody you all know and love, Mr. Joey. Welcome to the stage.
Thank you, Lindsay.
All right, so I wondered if we could start off by can you share a little bit about, for you, what was the impetus to come on the Odyssey and why did you choose this over something else?
Well, I retired a year and a half ago,
Okay.
and right before I retired, I wanted to travel the world.
Yeah.
So, start off slightly on a sad note. My wife had passed away 4 years before. One of the wishes she had for me was to see the world.
Wow.
Now, she knew me, and she knows that I'm not a tech guy, and I could never, ever figure out how to do airplanes, hotels, and taxis, and all the other stuff on the GPS thing. But I said, how am I going to do this? And I thought to myself, the best way, because I love cruises,
Yeah.
and the best way to see the world is on a cruise.
Yeah.
Because it's moving around for you, and it's doing everything for you.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do all that flying.
Yeah.
So I decided that's the way I'm going to do it. So I looked on the internet, and I saw the first one I saw was Life at Seas. Life at Seas, to me, it sounded good, and I called there, blah, blah, blah. And a few weeks later, they were starting to tank.
Yeah.
So the salesman there said, there's somebody here, and I just want to let you know that, listen, this is probably not going. And he swayed me away from it. Within 3 weeks, maybe a month, I got an email from Mike Peterson. Who, to me, he wrote an email, and it was about a paragraph long. And the sincerity that he wrote, he said, I'm working on something that you're looking for. And I'm working on that concept.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it in a way that you're going to love. He said, just give me another month. I'm going to get back to you. And he did. And I got to tell you, I was so happy. But I just read that letter, and that sincerity in that letter, that email, that was so beautiful. And I just trusted it. There's something about that.
Yeah.
And I think the universe tells us things. I looked at his background, and he went to the University of South Florida, where he was my college football coach. The guy who recruited me out of high school in Chicago.
Okay.
And he went to South Florida, started a football program, and there are certain things. I saw the address where their address was, Villa Vie, and it was Pembroke Pines, where my father-in-law lived. My wife and I flew to Pembroke Pines like 30 times. There were certain things that were so, the universe telling me something. I just knew it was right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that was, that was the reason I chose the Odyssey, was because of that. And so, do you have another question?
Indeed, thank you. Yeah, so what is one of the most surprising things that you have found on board? Something you didn't expect in terms of your experience?
Well, I thought the most beautiful thing of all, and everyone's going to say, oh, how we traveled and seen all the cities in the world that we've seen so far. But the most beautiful thing that I will say always was that beginning, and the way that we came to the ship every day in Belfast. Like, I felt like a third grader on a field trip going to the ship. And I just felt so good just coming here and like playing on the ship every day. You know, we did everything on the ship. We danced there at night. I can tell you how many times I danced. People are tired of me dancing. That's another joke. We got it. But the feeling of all the playing that we did and that feeling coming on the ship. But the surprise was, I guess, basically, was that, you know, this community that we created, and Darrell's right, we all kind of contributed in a certain way.
Yeah.
So I have been in 3 of the theater roles, and some people know I was an actor in New York and Los Angeles, and I have to say that that feeling of being part of things kind of helped for me to contribute to the community, and some of the professionalism that has been on this ship. The artistic director, Darrell, who had done 2 of my poetry readings. I thought that was very touching, and then we had talent shows here. I did the Joey Travolta dance and all that type. So in the ways that we contributed, we all did, and that's what Darrell was saying. You know, we all have these specialties, and I know Kit has beautifully just done something with the Speaker's Corner that enlightened me so much of my, you know, wow, learning things on this ship, more than probably ever learned in high school and college, but it's really pretty amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then what is one of your most favorite stops that you've been on so far, or at least it stood out to you in an interesting way?
My very first one was my bucket list was Buenos Aires, the tango. So I wanted to watch the tango dancers in the street.
Yeah.
I wanted that feeling because being Italian, I know that tango started in this little barrio in Buenos Aires, and that little area where the tango came out of, Lori and I went there and we watched the tango dancers in the street, and they were dancing in the restaurants, and I love that dance. That's the dance I want to be proficient at. And so I wanted to do that. That was the first one. But I would say the second best one was the dog sledding in Alaska. So I loved, when I was a kid, watching, you know, the races, the race, and I'm mush, 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 and I was yelling out. I just loved that feeling, and here we are in these mountains, and we landed on the glacier on a helicopter, and I thought that was a beautiful feeling too. But really quickly, the very best feeling that I ever got on this ship, or it wasn't really on the ship just yet, but we were in the terminal that night that the ship was leaving. So the tension, we all came and we're ready to go, and of course we all know about that delay. It was like an hour and a half delay, and everybody, and poor Mike Peterson, great person. I can't believe how this guy is getting all these questions from everybody. What's going on? And we're all thinking we might have to get the hotel again. But Mike stood there and answered the questions. He goes into the office, comes out 15, 20 minutes later, and we're all wondering, and the news media's around asking us questions. And the one news media looked at me, and I said, you know, I don't know what's going on, but I think there might be something a little fishy in the Belfast waters. and the guy looked at me, but Mike comes out smiling.
Oh.
And I'll tell you, that feeling, the vivaciousness, the elation from all the residents, that feeling, that electricity, you can cut it with a knife. When he came out of that office smiling, it was a screenwriter's dream. Just to have that feeling of, you know, the crescendo of waiting and waiting all those months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're thinking, oh, we're going to have to find hotels in Bel.
Yeah.
But he came out smiling, and that was the best feeling. Seeing that ship roll in, it was like the Armani of ships. How beautiful this ship looks when it's lit up. And when it came into and I thought, oh my God. And men know this. It's kind of like a beautiful woman walking through the door when she's all dialed up to the nines. And you see her walking through. That's how this ship came into the port to pick us up and start this journey.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome.
Okay, so now we have, we thought we'd play a game, some Odyssey trivia. And so this is going to be, we're calling it Billionaire.
Who wants to be
a billionaire?
billionaire?
Yeah. So So if you need help, you can phone a friend. Your friend tonight is Lindsey.
I don't know the answers.
Yeah, a little caveat there. Yeah. You can also poll the audience, and we can look up, by show of hands, what everyone thinks the answer might be. And then you can also remove a fake answer to bring it down to 50-50 for you. Okay, so here we go. First question. In 1993, the Odyssey was built in what city? Valencia, Spain, Genoa, Italy, or Paris, France?
I'm gonna go with Spain. Valencia, Spain.
Valencia, Spain is correct. All right, moving right along. The Odyssey sails under the flag of which nation? Malta, Bahamas, or Panama?
Bahamas.
Bahamas is right.
Who's good?
Okay. During the Odyssey's planned 3.5-year circumnavigation around the world, about how many countries will be visited? 50, 90, or 140?
140.
140 is correct. You are on a roll. You're probably already up to 600,000.
I have to go back to school.
All right. Okay, here we go. It's going to get interesting. The Odyssey's engine's output comes to about what horsepower? 12,800 horsepower, 17,550 horsepower, or 8,720 horsepower?
I'm gonna go with 17,000. Whatever it was. 500.
It was 17,550. If you want to make it your final answer, you can. You have 3 lifelines.
Can I ask the captain? Call a friend.
Okay.
He's my friend.
Okay, so 17,550 final answer.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go with that because I'm pretty much guessing here. Yes, okay. You know what? I just got a little divine inspiration.
Yeah, and you got it. That's correct. Good job. All right. So before the Odyssey was Odyssey, the ship was known as Celestra, Shippy McShipface, or Braemar.
Braemar.
Correct again. Wow, he's on a roll. We only have 2 to go. The Odyssey underwent a major refit that included lengthening the hull by about 100 feet. In what year did this happen? 2000, 2008, or 2018?
2008.
2008 is correct, I think. And he didn't even have to poll the audience. Huh. All right, here we go. Last one for $1 billion.
Okay. Prepare me next to Bill Gates. Okay, I'm ready.
Which of the following were included in that hull lengthening to allow the Odyssey to go longer distances? Conversion to solar power, larger water and fuel tanks, or added carbon fiber masts and Kevlar sails?
Now you're getting real.
This is for $1 billion.
Okay, $1 billion. The second answer was, what was it?
Larger water and fuel tanks.
I want to go with the third one.
For $1 billion.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Go ahead.
You have 3 lifelines.
Well, I have 3 lifelines.
Yeah, you could use them all on one question.
Number 2.
Hold the
That's what the poll's
Everyone
saying.
says number 2.
All these whiz kids out here with PhDs and doctorates. I don't have a bachelor, so I'm going to go with that.
Okay, final answer?
Final answer.
Locking
Number
it
2.
in, larger water and fuel tanks is correct.
Yes!
For $1 billion.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us and playing the game.
Thank you, guys. That was fun.
Thank you, Joey. Another big round of applause for Joey. Thank you. Excellent job. All right, next we have the lovely Kit to share a couple of things. So Mr. Randy was not able to join us tonight, sadly, but Kit is an absolute willing stand-in. So thank you for doing 2 jobs
I'm
tonight.
gonna sit in.
Sit in. All right, Kit. First of all, may I ask you, before you get into the fun things that you're going to be talking about, what was the inspiration for you for joining the Odyssey?
The short version of the long story is that Randy, who's always researching things, had come across the story of a woman who, after being widowed, was directed by her daughter to move to a cruise ship because she loved cruising. And Randy and I said, oh, that'll be really cool. When we retire, we'll do that. Of course, the joke was on us because we knew we were never going to retire. I walked the way of St. Francis in 2023, and when I came back, Randy's energy was the lowest I had ever seen it. Turns out his allergies were killing him.
Wow.
And I went popping into the house one day where his office was and said, I have an idea. Let's enact the retirement plan now. His energy level shot up for a few seconds. And so I then proceeded to research where we're going to go and get rid of, find a realtor. And we made that decision like May 5th, and we closed and moved out of our house on September 26th.
Wow.
We're 70%. So it was to save his life.
Yeah.
And we wanted to travel the world and stuff. But anyway,
Wow.
that was the short story.
Amazing.
Am I so
Sorry, yeah. All right, so can you tell us a little bit about Speaker's Corner?
Glad to. This is going to surprise you guys. I love to talk. And I wanted a venue for giving talks. And I thought, well, if I do, other residents must. So I went to the entertainment director we had at the time and said, could I set this thing up?
Yeah.
And she said, of course. And I said, well, I want to call it Speaker's Corner. And she helped me figure out how to schedule these things. And we've had 90 talks already
Wow.
since November 19th.
Yeah.
And it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Excellent.
So, and I ironically am not giving very many talks. So. but I'm up on stage every day that we have it to introduce our speakers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, and then what is coming up next?
our next talk will be on October 2nd here in the Coral, and Dr. Frank Miskovich is going to talk about malaria. The old and the new cures for an old disease. And my side joke is bring your gin and tonic, because for a while tonic was considered a cure.
Yeah.
But I think, it's worth practicing whether it's true or not.
Here, here.
You can't help but try. I mean, all right. So excellent. So when you were thinking about the 1-year anniversary theme of tonight's show, was there any particular speakers' corners that kind of stood out to you as? Obviously, we haven't even gotten to celebrate this quite just yet. We're doing that this week. But was there anything that came up to mind as like, wow, that would be impactful in that way?
We have so many fabulous talks, but I decided to stick with the anniversary theme.
Yeah.
And we had one on 9/11, and 4 of us talked about where we were on 9/11 and how the 4 agreements was involved in our getting through the day, being part of the whole experience. It was very well received. People were complimenting all of the attendees or the participants to say nice job, and so I thought we did that very, very well.
Okay.
Yeah, so speaking of, memorializing and talking about things like that. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I know that Mr. Randy was not able to be here with us, but you are, and so will you please do Weird News?
Yes. So as you may know, Randy has a newsletter called This Is True. And he takes true news stories and writes a short, he reports on it, he condenses it and puts it in his newsletter. And this is an anniversary story Randy's found from his archives from October of 1999, and he titled it Life Behind Bars.
Oh.
A day-long conference at the Smithsonian Institute recently honored the 25-year anniversary of the Universal Product Code. The standardized barcode on retail consumer products allowed stores to considerably speed up checkout by using laser scanners on approximately 5 billion items purchased per day worldwide. In all my years, I've seen nothing that has changed the industry like the Universal Product Code, exclaimed Bob Martin, former president of Walmart's International Division. Some of the conference joked the barcode was the biggest innovation in supermarkets since sliced bread, which is also a random collection of thick and thin, Randy says in his tagline. Anybody got a symbol we can bash? And then Randy comments as an aside, the UPC barcode was first used in a real-life product at supermarket in Ohio on June 26, 1974, more than 51 years ago. The product? Wrigley's Juicy Fruit Gum.
Oh, how fun is that? Awesome, thank you. All right, thank you, Kit. That was thank you. Thank you. Okay, well, our next guest is someone that you have all seen walk very briskly through hallways, always with a pager, a clipboard, a piece of paper, giving us a hard time. Rodrigo, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Is this working or not working?
It's just recording, so you've got it. Excellent. All right, so, Mr. Rodrigo, please tell us how you joined the Odyssey.
So I must start like Mr. was my father.
Okay.
Rodrigo, please.
Okay.
Rodrigo.
Yes.
How I joined the Odyssey? A moment of madness, but I don't like changes. So my past company was I was with them for 14 years. Throughout those years, a lot of job offers came and a lot of opportunities. I simply denied until the day that the Odyssey Villa Vie came. And everybody was telling me, are you sure you want to go there? The ship is this, they are there, there's no blah, 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 blah. And something clicked and I just said, yes, that's where I want to be. I love a challenge, I work under pressure, is where I drive. Mm-hmm. And they brought me here and I simply fell in love. I fell in love with the project, with the community, with the owners, with the residents, with the crew, with the staff, with the officers. So, deeply in love still, and I don't regret it for a single second.
Well, I love that. Yes. All right, so what is your background? How do you become the hotel director of the Odyssey?
Luck.
Hard work.
So I started in the industry as a waiter. So I come from the food and beverage area. So I grew my way up in 15 years at sea. Going through all the positions in the food and beverage, from waiter, head waiter, restaurant manager, hotel inventory controller, food and beverage manager, training a bit in guest service and housekeeping. That are the other two departments. to get the general knowledge, and then coming to the position of hotel director.
Wow.
So I started at sea from bottom to up, and this is what I see myself, and I constantly say to my colleagues is if I can do it, everybody can do it.
Hard work and a bit of luck. I like it. So, what has been one of the most surprising differences between, say, a non-residential cruise ship experience and then a residential cruise ship experience?
For a hotel point of view, there is no difference at all. Even though we have residents, and the residents they stay with us longer, and it tends to make the hotel operation easier because we get to know the faces, we get to know the names that are associated with the face. Like Darrell says, we get to know their preference. But at a customer service point of view, there is always the expectations to be met. So yes, it can be dealt in a friendlier way, but I normally say to the owners, to the residents, $1 is $1, a penny is a penny. Whenever there is some kind of trade, there is an expectation, and we are the same. We can do it in a lighter way, definitely, but we also have the reverse coin, side of the coin, that is on a regular cruise ship. If I have a problem with the AC, that problem is, if not solved in a cruise, that a cruise is 7 to 10 days, the other guests that are embarking, they will not know, and they will come with a problem, and the problem is going to be solved. Luckily, here we don't have that luxury. We do have residents, we do have a family that stays on board, and they live through it, and they endure like we do, because at the end of the day, crew staff, officers, engineers, they constantly are working, and they are working hard in order to overcome the challenge. Sometimes they are not as fast.
Sure, but we appreciate every moment of it. Speaking of every moment of it, I'm pretty sure you work 24/7 and don't actually sleep. Is that true?
I don't sleep as much as I should, but no, that's I have OCD with timings, and I really do. At this time, normally, I'm already in bed reading. In 15 minutes, I should be sleeping, and then I start seeing your husband not working and you working.
Womp womp. All right, so final question for you, and thank you for joining. What is the most interesting stop that you've experienced so far, in terms of when you've had an opportunity to go ashore? What has been one of the most surprising or delightful?
Home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's home? Where's home?
If I behave in Portugal, I'm seeing now with my wife. No, for all the seamen, the answer is home, because we travel along the world. For me, truly, is the next port.
Yeah.
The world is such an amazing place, and it has such an amazing beauty in every single destination that we go. That it comes with age, and I'm finding myself appreciating more and more and more, and observing more and more and more culture, landscape. So after home, the next sport that captain takes me.
I love it. Great answer. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and last but absolutely not least, we are so excited to have Captain Val join us tonight. All right, so we just got the privilege of meeting you because we're newer to the ship and you just returned, but I know you've been a part of this whole legacy from the start. So can you just walk us through how this started and what it took to get to where we are now?
Okay, as many of you may know already, my adventure on this ship started many years ago, not last year.
Yeah.
So I joined for the very first time in 2014 as a staff captain, second in command. I had 4 years here, and after that I've been transferred on another ship. However, I returned in 2019 as a captain for one contract on board the ship with the previous owner. About coming back here, of course, working 4 years and something here, I got attached to the ship. It was a small size, very maneuverable, entering or going on ports where the other big ships cannot go. And places like Bordeaux, like Seville, like many other places. So I got in love with this ship, with the small size. The environment on board was great, was familiar. Even by the time the passengers was something different than the big ships and so on. So also in time being in the cruise industry, I realized that maybe we don't have enough time in port to enjoy what a port can offer. And this residential cruising, it's a little bit different. A little bit more than the other, most of the ports we have an overnight, even 2 sometimes. So it's something amazing that we have the time to explore. And once again, I was in love with this ship, and I really love the concept.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So there were lots of unexpected hiccups and things to overcome at the very beginning of the Odyssey's iteration of your journey with it. But, we had the privilege the other day of watching the anniversary celebration video, and it was really touching, and the ship clearly means a lot to you, and getting to the place where it is now obviously means a lot to you. So I wonder if you can speak to this version of the excitement and sort of the frustration and then finally being able to set sail.
Yes, seeing that movie was a bit more than emotional. I overreact, sorry, but seeing or recalling all those moments that, some of them were there, not everything, and not even the let's say the most difficult ones. But I remember the moments when you saw Captain Jelko there in a clip that we start to see the light, we start to see the lighthouse. There were moments where I was not sure, and it's not about there was also the negativity that was going around, the delay, and of course the people start to lose hope. Was the thing that we knew how much the hard work that everybody invested, and then to be always rejected and DMV. But there were moments, very difficult moments, where we really, how can I say, didn't see the light.
Yeah. So again, we came on more recently, and we've gotten the opportunity to hear amazing things about who you are and what you bring to the ship. So that's been really fun to hear. You sound like you bring a little bit of a different way of being a captain. You are very interactive. Obviously, you're doing this with us today. Thank you. But you bring a very personal touch to the experience here, and people love you for it. And I'm wondering, where did that come from, that approach that you take to your leadership?
I'm not sure if they're coming through the trainings I I had in life, because also some of the trainings with our human behavior and crowd management and all the other stuff, leadership, trainer and so on. Maybe in time, slowly, this has changed my mind. I had also other captains in my career, so I said on my own that from everyone I took something. From some of them I took what I would like to do also. From some of them I took, I said, never like this way. Okay, so you meet persons and persons, yeah. So that was something that mentors I had. Some of them mentors, and on board of this ship I was very lucky to have another captain, which is now I can call my friend. Yeah, even from another country, we are still in touch and so on. My mentor, and it was a very approachable, a very familiarity. He was all around and so on, and said what it costs you to be present, what it costs you to stop for a while and to speak and to come with a joke. To we are not okay. Maybe some. I'm telling you that maybe some captains believe they are God. Yeah. I have a different approach. Thank you.
Cruising is a bit of a family adventure for you, yes? Can you speak about your daughter's involvement in cruising as well?
Okay, so believe it or not, my daughters, both of them have been on board of this ship way ahead of you, years before you. So I think 2015, 16, it was the very first time when both of them stepped on board of this vessel. They like it. The other one, who is not present here, is still also in the hospitality industry, but she just decided to stay ashore. And Alisa, last year she has graduated the economy school, university, and now is doing a master. And I'm not sure that she wanted to be on the shore side. Let's make it simple, yeah. Mm-hmm. Probably she was. She liked more my style at home. When I'm at home, I have all my time in the world for me, for my family. Mm-hmm. When we are coming to work, okay, 3 months continuous working. Yeah. So it's a kind of maybe not 9 to 5 approach. Yeah. So that's why she said, let's try. And I'm very, very happy she liked it. And to tell you even more, not that she is now continuing on the second contract. She has applied and successfully applied for nautical school at home, and she wants to become an officer.
Oh, awesome! Okay, and then one more thing. You have, when you do announcements, you have this one thing that you end with. It's a phrase that you use every single time. I wonder if you could repeat the phrase and then talk about why you say it every time.
Okay, as I said, I took from the others, yeah, what I consider to be positive, and it happened that with my previous company, each captain had a saying. Yeah, the previous one I had, and I said my mentor, and I work here, and very popular. He was always finishing his speech with "be happy," and "be" was the small insect. Yeah. Be happy, and he received a picture with a big drawing of a bee, and it was written "be happy." Another one was just take care of each other. Was completing the speech. Take care of each other. Another one was saying, "And from the bridge, all is well." And I was thinking, what should be mine? Yeah. And I think this, speaking about the up and down and everything, it came in front of me, one smile, because life is better when you smile. It doesn't matter what you have to bring your own sunshine. Yeah?
Yes.
could not agree more. Life is better when you smile, and no matter what's going on, one of the things that I appreciate is, as I'm actually with this community, something that I absolutely love is, we're passing each other in the hallways, and like, for instance, Rodrigo, is running, not running, but rapidly walking. We're passing and I'm working, and there's always time for a smile, and it's just like something that I just love about this community is everyone's just constantly sharing that joy, and that's a beautiful thing to witness. So excellent, yeah. So thank you for that philosophy, and thank you for spreading that love. Thank you. Well, oh my goodness, this has been the most wonderful thing. I so appreciate all of your time. This is amazing hearing these special stories from your 1-year experience of sailing with the Odyssey, but I just want to say thank you again so much for everyone. This is a huge celebration. It goes way beyond, this is just, this isn't even the first thing. This is just one of many, many things. So tomorrow is a day packed with activities, which make sure you check out your daily bulletin to learn all the fun things that are coming up. But whatever you do, wherever you choose to spend your time, whoever you interact with this week, just remember to shine brightly because the world needs your light. And without further ado, thank our cast one more time. I can bring you guys up to fully acknowledge. Thank you. Thank you all. Good night and cheers.